and I will be guiding you through this 45-minute gentle sequence around unveiling you, which I believe wholeheartedly this practice is really all about. More about that as we move our bodies and flow together. So let's commence our practice by coming to a seat. However it is comfortable for you, please come. Okay, if you need to use some cushions or bolsters or blocks beneath your knees, then by all means, you might prefer to sit on your knees. If it feels okay to cross your legs, then cross your legs and join us. The most important point here is that you're coming to the practice. Even if you want to lie down for the whole duration and meditate, then you're in the practice of yoga. What a beautiful offering for you. So unveiling you, bring your hands towards your heart, your truth, the spirit of you. Just connecting with the breath. So your existing breath, not the breath you're trying to use for yoga, but how you've arrived. As soon as you took a seat, just notice. Notice without judgment, which is kind of the way we meditate, right? So notice your breath. Notice the temperature between your hands and how the hands correlate with the heart. That might seem like a foreign concept to you initially. So feel your heart space kind of like it's in the palm of your hands. And hold it like it's a precious gemstone. Turn your palms towards you and look down towards your gemstone and notice which stone it is. You may not know the type of stone. Maybe it's a color. Maybe there's something else in your palms. Just notice, okay? This is unveiling our intuition. Something that we all are fitted with. The self, okay, knows. Bring your hands back in towards your heart. Feel the blood line through the fingertips, hands, wrists, forearms, upper arms, shoulders down into the heart space. And start to lengthen your breath, breathing deeply through the nose and out of the nose. Observe the length of your in-breath compared to your out-breath and see if you can even them up a little bit. You might like to start with a count of 2 or 4 or 6 even. Breathing in, counting. And breathing out, counting. Good. Keep that going. 5 more rounds. It's interesting that we talk today on unveiling your truth because over the weekend I graduated 20-something new yoga teachers, and one of the activities that they did was write their bio, and that was challenging for a lot of them, as it always is with these groups. So imagine I was asking you to write your bio, and what I would ask you is, tell me, what are your talents? What are your points of difference? What sets you aside? And if you're blank and empty and not sure, then maybe you can go about your day today in the next few days and ask people around you, what is unique about me? What are my talents? I'm sure you can find someone in your life that you can ask. Or maybe start to notice what you admire in other people, and perhaps they're in fact talents that you have too. Shall we start moving our bodies? I think so. With the breath, okay? Interlace your fingers. Elbows lift on your in-breath. Palms towards the front. Exhale. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale. Lift the arms towards the sky. You can lift the sternum. You can even look up if it's available to you. And then exhale as you release the hands, but they find each other again down and behind, either to interlace or just lean into the hands here. Lift the sternum, breathe in. And then exhale as you return the hands back into that safe, comfortable heart space. Unveiling you. Come on over to all fours by coming away from your seat. Hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. My favorite warm up. Inhale as you draw the navel to the floor and take the gaze to the sky. Exhale, gaze down, navel towards the sky. All right, breathe it in, swap it over again. Breathe it out, let everything go. Your whole day, everything that's brought you to this practice, let it go, leave it behind you. All expectations aside, yeah? Breathe it in. Exhale. For one final round here, inhale. And exhale. Thread the needle, right arm lifts towards the sky. You breathe in. And then reach it underneath you and come down to the shoulder. Rest your head as well here, yogis. And you can keep your left hand where it is. You can extend it overhead or lift it toward the sky. If it feels available to you today, you can start to take the gaze to the sky. Three more deep breaths as we allow for this shoulder opening. We unveil parts of ourselves as we move through the practice of physically and therefore mentally opening the body. Return the left hand down next to the face, press down into the earth, and that way you can take your right arm back up to the sky where you first took it. And then fold your right arm and place the back hand onto the sacrum or reach inside the hip. Draw the shoulder back and look up. Perfect. Gaze and hand releases. Opposite side, left arm. Really extend it to the sky and reach down. Down onto the shoulder and to the head. Perhaps extending through the right arm. Take 2 more deep breaths. Let yoga return the right hand. Let yoga play its role in your life. Left arm skywards, lift it high, and then fold it back. Imagine if we could apply this simple breathing technique every day and everywhere we went. Keep lifting, take the gaze up. Yeah. Breathing our way through stressful, challenging situations that life always deals to us. Just opportunities to grow after all. Melting heart pose. Walk your hands now all the way out in front of you. And then start to bring your chest down towards the floor. You can keep your chin or your forehead earthing. This pose allows for the spine to lengthen. Keep your hips right up over those knees. And your fingertips pressing down into the earth, almost like as though they're anchoring in, allowing the spine to lengthen even further. Fluid-like breaths, fluid-like movements make up this practice. This practice
of yoke, of union, really returning us to our balanced state. Mind, body, and spirit-wise, return those hands beneath you. Well done, yogis. From here, we're going to move our left leg out in front of us, between your hands. We're moving into a low lunge. So you step that foot out in front. And you can use the hand, as I just did, to guide the foot through. Then frame the front foot with the hands and draw the right hip down toward the earth. If that's quite challenging for your back knee, then by all means use some support. Maybe you have a blanket at home that you have next to your yoga mat, and then you can place that beneath your right knee. Two more deep breaths. We're going to return the foot. The knee comes back. Good. Right side now. Bring it through. Remember, you've got the hand to support it through. Lean forwards. Hips come down toward the earth. If you find that your mind is swaying, that's a nice word to use, a chattery mind, isn't it? Swaying. Then focus on your breath. It's like meditation. It's a single point focus on something. Focus on your breath. Like you're watching waves at a sea, just them coming in and out. It's like watching your breath, yeah? Breathing in, breathing out. Let's return to all fours. And then take your knees as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes together to touch. And bring your hips all the way back towards your heels. Your body may be further up from your heels than mine. And then if it feels okay, you can come down onto your hands, onto your forearms, or maybe bring the forehead down to the forearms as you rest here. Keep your forehead down. You can invite movement to your hips by just rocking gently from side to side. Showing kindness and ahimsa to your body, one of yoga's ethical guidelines. Ahimsa. The A meaning not to, or the negative, opposite of. Himsa meaning violence. Yeah, so we're showing non-violence and kindness, love and compassion. Let's just infuse them in there too. All right. Do you think you're up for trying a downward dog? Some of you will be familiar with it. Some of you will just stay in puppy pose, okay? But if you want to give it a go, bring your hands beneath you, tuck your toes under, and then lift your hips. Then start to draw the heels down to the floor. And notice that my heels don't touch the floor. A lot of people come to the practice thinking they need to get their feet flat, okay? Come away from that. Trust me, there's something more that you need to do than if you get your feet flat. There's always something, right? So let's let go of the physicality of the practice. Let's feel into our dog, okay? So lift up through the hips, turn the core on, and feel yourself strong and empowered equally through the legs and the arms, and then come back to observing breath. We're only here for another 3 breaths, so focus on those 3 breaths rather than telling yourself there's pain or discomfort or anything like that, which we're prone to doing. Let's just focus. That's 2 more breaths, and then I'm taking you out of the pose. You're doing beautifully. Would you believe this eventually becomes a resting pose in yoga? But I know initially it's a strong pose. Well done. Let's celebrate with walking all the way to the top of the mat together. Gently stepping up. From here, inhale, extend the spine long. Your back is halfway, and then exhale as you fold down.
Bend the knees, brush the fingers, arms extend to the sky. And then you bring your hands through to Anjali Mudra, your heart space. Anjali. Notice your body here as you hold this pose. What we can see a lot of is the shoulders up around the ears, the elbows out wide. So see if you can lower the shoulders, draw the elbows in toward the body, and feel like you're pressing more into the whole hand, not just into the wrists where a lot of people get that elbows wide, so whole hand. And that, when you're doing that, you'll feel beautiful release through the shoulders, okay? So many of us are tension holders that when we come to yoga, it can feel quite foreign, yeah? To come and focus in on our posture, even our feet, which we can ground down, and we can talk about the feet for probably half an hour, which we won't. Lift your toes for me. See if you can lift all your toes off the floor. And then spread them really wide and then ground them back into the floor. Good. Now press the big toes into the earth and notice how that lifts the arches of your feet. Lift and spread the toes, ground the toes. Even the pinky goes down into the floor. And you got it. Well done. While we're standing, we're moving into a balancing pose. So transfer your weight into your right leg and let's move into tree pose. You can practice with the foot at the foot, the calf or the thigh. And by all means, use your hand to bring the foot to the leg. And maybe you're enjoying this Anjali Mudra today and you can leave your hands here. It might be available to extend your arms to the sky, but neither are better or worse. They're just variations, okay? Three more breaths. You make sure your tree trunk is engaged and the roots are spreading deeply into the soil through those toes of yours that you were just focusing on spreading. Slowly we come out. All too often I see just people just flop themselves out of the pose and they kind of distract themselves and wipe their nose and brush their hair or put their hair behind their ear. And it's kind of like our bodies, or our minds, way of taking us out of the present. And we kind of do that. We come in and out and in and out. Notice that about your practice and your life, and notice your mind, yeah? We're here to have awareness of our mind. So we're moving to the opposite side now. We're aware of where our mind is taking us, if it's doubting our ability to balance perhaps, or if your mind is particularly swaying, then your tree will have a somewhat of a sway going on as well. So remind yourself of the breath. Some of you reached out through the branches. Let's hold for another few breaths. Great opportunity to really strengthen through that supporting foot. All around the ankle, tops of the feet, we'll get a chance to really strengthen, because so often we just rely on each foot to carry the weight of the other. Whereas when we're just in on one, it really hones in on that strengthening aspect of the foot. Step back to the top of the mat, yogis. Ground and spread into your toes now that you know how to do that. Bring your hands in towards your heart. Inhale, extend the arms towards the sky and maybe look up if it feels okay. Be active through your core and exhale, fold slowly, like your elbows are leading the way. Beautiful. Bring your hands to your shins. Lengthen the spine, inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands down into the floor and bring yourself to a plank position. You might like to hold here for a few breaths if you're wanting to build some heat into your practice. Otherwise, we're coming down onto the floor for Sphinx pose. When you're ready, we'll lower down slowly. That's the elbows that brush the body. The elbows then take spot right underneath the shoulders here. Spread the fingers and draw the heart forwards. Keep pressing down into the fingers. Take a final breath in before resting down onto the earth.
Roll onto your side now.
So that you can see me. And let's bring that base arm underneath us. Yeah.
So make sure your body is in one long line and use the spare hand in front of you for support. Anything with taking the arm away would just challenge you more if that's what you're looking for today. And then let's start to take the top leg away from the bottom leg. And then exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Bend the knee. And bring the leg towards you. If it feels okay, you can bring your hand to the top of the foot and give yourself a beautiful quad stretch here. Mind your balance. Keep your core active. Keep drawing the knee down. Yes, it's away, like it's drawing down towards the foot. Well done. Take that knee now right out in front of you. And then start to lay down on your backs and take your arms wide for a gentle twist from our belly to our backs. Return and lengthen out the leg. We're coming to the opposite side now. You can roll over on your mat because you know what you're doing. I'll just swap ends so that you can see what I'm doing. The hand comes underneath the head. The body is in one straight line. Your front hand, your top hand is in front of the chest. We're inhaling and lifting the leg and exhaling it to lower it back down. Good, a little bit of inner thigh and core work here. And glute work. And then this time we fold it in. And maybe reach the hand for the foot. As you can tell, you need to stay quite active through that base leg. Hold the body strong. You can't kind of just let it all hang out because you will lose your balance. And yes, this is a balancing pose. You're balancing on the side of your body. Well done. Keep drawing that knee back down to the foot. And you can roll back onto your tummies now. Support yourself up to all fours and then up to a high kneel. Gate latch pose. It's a side to side stretch. Take your left leg out wide. Take your left hand down along the thigh. And extend this opposite arm up towards the sky. Feel like when you breathe in, you lift everything up and then exhale to tilt down. Keep reaching through the fingertips. That foot really pressing down into the floor. That solid foot there assisting you. Come out.
Now let's take that right hand all the way down towards the earth. There it is. And extend through the opposite arm now. Deep breath in. Release slowly. We're swapping legs. Feel free to do it down low with that hand to support. Lifting up. Opposite side. Right leg wide. Right hand to the thigh. Opposite arm. Inhale to lift. And exhale. Over we go. So we like to cue the breath entering and exiting. But your job to keep breathing just as deep through the postures, yeah? Losing yourself in the breath, not in the mind. Just noticing thoughts come and go. Breath's so good for anchoring that and keeping us present. Ready to swap arms? Let it all come down to the earth now. Down you go. Take a new breath in. Leave the hand on the floor if you'd like some support to return the knees. Tuck your toes under and take a seat back on the heels. I know. I often put this one into a gentle class. I also put it into a power class as well. I think it's because so many of us hold tension. I mean, you can go and get reflexology done on your feet for like 60, 90 minutes, right? There is so much going on down there that we don't put a lot of focus in on the feet in general. Yet they take the weight of the world for us and they support us all day long. We put these shoes on and our feet don't always like that. We come to yoga and we start to pay some attention and love to the feet. Well done, untuck the toes and just bang it out here. Yes, let's make sure they're still alive. We're moving into a twist. So get to a seated position with your legs out in front. And draw the right leg in towards you. Bring it right up in towards the thigh. And from here, bring your right hand behind you. And it's there as support. It's there to keep the spine long. Extend long into your left arm. And then wrap your arm around your leg. That will take the spine long and twist you. And you can take your gaze out over your right shoulder tip. And move the right hand as you please. Maybe even placing it up on your left hip. Remember to stay active through that left leg. Breathing in and out. Return the gaze. Return those arms. Lean into the hands if you require that support today to swap the legs over. Bringing this left leg in nice and close. Left hand's now there as our support. Right arm lifts as you breathe in. See if I can really assist you. Just keep length through the spine. And then wrap the arm around. Digestive system is benefiting from these twists. Just think of all that goodness you're doing for your organs. Goodness, organs me. Couple more breaths. That was kind of a mum joke. Oh, we got plenty of them, hey? Release and return. Well done, yogis. We are making our way down onto our backs. Slowly and steadily lay on your back now. As you come down onto the ground, bend your knees and bring your hands into the floor. Lift through your hips as you inhale. And exhale, lower back down to the floor. We're adding on. Left ankle lifts and comes to the right thigh. Inhale, lift the hips and lower. 2 more like that. So as you lift up, you're inhaling, and on your way down, you're exhaling. Such a great pose, isn't it? The hip says thank you. Release left. Bring right up to the plate. Hands do a lot of work down there. The arms are active, yeah, pressing down. Inhaling to lift. Stay strong through your core. Exhale, lower. The tailbone comes down last. Last, so that you can really roll down along the vertebrae. That's a pretty amazing stretch. Lots going on here. You did it. Well done. It's true. Anything is possible. All right. Unveiling you. Let's bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. Hands to belly, hand to heart. A lot of us, many of us, make decisions that are heart-based, others that are gut, instinct-based. And a lot of us are still up in our heads, which is fine because that's where we do most of our processing. We're processing beings. We're not asking that we stop that. We're just asking that when we're unveiling our truth and ourselves, that we drop into spaces in the body that hold a lot of these answers through our hearts and through our instincts. And maybe we go out through life making decisions from here. Yeah. Making life choices from here. Loving others from here. Letting go of the analyzing and the expectations. One of my nannies celebrated her birthday over the weekend, and she used the word, she was angry because this partner of hers, this new boyfriend, not even a boyfriend, but someone she's been recently seeing, who said he was going to come to the party on the day, text her to say that he wasn't going to be able to make it. And she said that she felt angry and let down and disappointed. And unfortunately, and I know that she likes to get my perspective on it, I just said, that's an expectation. We had an expectation that person would come to the party. Actually, we get upset and angry with ourselves because of the expectation that we placed on it, right? So we don't know what his agenda was or how he was feeling inside coming to her birthday party. So it's always a good lesson, isn't it? And I love the lessons that come in and the conversations that I have with people, because we put expectations on so many things. Our children, our partners, our colleagues. And it can lead us into sheer disappointment. But when we have no expectation, then we can live from a place of lightness and be so at home and in loving the comfort of yourself and the company of yourself that anything and anyone else is just bonus along the way. Yes, let's do that. All right, yogis, let's draw the knees back in. Extend the legs to the sky and bring the hands back down either side of the body. Just a little bit of core work before we meditate. Active through the feet, navel draws down to the spine. This will be core work for most of you. This is core work for me. If you're wanting to add a little bit more core, remember how we still had those arms engaged with that work we were doing before. So keep pressing the hands and the arms in and just lift the hips slightly off the floor with the core. Yeah, lift. This is lower abdominal muscle work. It's pretty good actually. Really gets the pelvic floor active. Hello, you. Lift. That's it. And down. Well done. Let's move into happy baby pose after that happy core pose. Happy core. Keep pressing. Well, so what you're doing is you're really pulling down the feet. So you're quite active still through the arms. That's going to give you the groin and the hips the space that it needs to get into life today. That's what we're doing. Starts with us unveiling our truth, and then everything begins to flow out there. Return. Hug it all in. We're moving to one final twist. Right leg over the top of the left. You can give the legs a little hug here. Bonus squeeze. And then let the legs come over to the left. Arms wide, gaze right. Three more breaths here. Before returning the gaze and the legs. The legs swap. And we make our way to the right. Gazing to the left. Returning the gaze, returning the legs back in slowly. You can stay on your backs for meditation, or you can come and join me in a seat. Really, I'm sitting so that my voice projection is better. If I was joining you, I'd be lying down and meditating. But if you're prone to falling asleep, why not sit upright? It's a little bit harder to fall asleep when you're upright. Mind you, I think we've all done it. All right. We journey now within. So what I need you to do is to trust this journey. Okay? Trust your instincts. Trust your heart space. Remember, heart and instincts. See if you can almost leave the mind behind you. So as you get comfortable, seated or laying down, bring your awareness to your mind and see all the passing thoughts and distractions, all the temptation there. It's like a toy shop for a child, right? All the things that you would like to take with you. But instead, you're leaving the toy shop. You're seeing it there. And you're saying, not now. All right? And instead, you're journeying south into heart space. And notice as you arrive, your breath is so deep, anchoring this body to this moment. Relaxing all the body and the limbs, so the body is completely in a restful state. Arrive at your heart space, and there'll be some barriers around Yeah, some walls up. But it's okay. We're not asking you to take them all down in one shot. But could you just imagine one or two just dissolving into the ground? Because we've put these walls and boundaries up because it was safe. It was a safe thing to do after experiencing loss, betrayal, heartache, misery, heartbreak. So we thought, well, this life thing and exposing my heart is kind of not really serving me. So it felt right to do it at the time, but now I've come to think of it, it's taking away from me really being my truth and showing the world me and enjoying every moment and bringing joy into my life on a constant, not just as a result of, not just when I drink, not just when my friends come around, not just when I feel love from somebody, but because it's a choice within. So we are unveiling that space despite what we've come to know, what we've come to believe. We let all of that unveil, release now. Breathing deep, imagining that gemstone that we connected with at the start of class. The color that's deep in your heart right now in this moment. Maybe it's changed colors or maybe it's the same. Resonate with that color. Feel it expand around your heart space so it becomes a bigger light than the heart itself. Bigger and bigger, brighter and brighter it shines. Taking up the full capacity of your chest now and your shoulders. Oh, shining brighter and brighter, coming down through your limbs, arms and legs, out through the fingers and the toes. That's some serious heart expression, guys. Well done. Keep breathing. We get broader and bigger than this. Become so aware of your divine heart space that it shines its light brighter and brighter, and now starts to come out through your pores, through your fingers, through your toes, through your eyes and your ears, out, taking out space in your aura field, but it doesn't stop there. It continues and continues and continues out through the four walls of the room that you're in, out through the building, out through the street, the suburb, the city, the state, the country, out through this earth, up, 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 out into the galaxies. That's your love expanding. Shining your light wherever you go. We meditate in this space by continuing to breathe deeper, anchoring in your color. Take 3 more deep breaths. Wherever you are, bring movement to your body. Perhaps roll your head from side to side, reaching your arms out and overhead, movement through your fingers and toes. Return now to now. Come up to a seated position, slowly making your way up. That was some astral travel, hey? To our hearts, to unveiling our truth, speaking our truth, knowing our truth and sharing our truth. The truth within me salutes and honors that divine truth within every single one of you. Namaste. Thank you everyone for tuning in, joining us, flowing with us, connecting with us. And I look forward to seeing plenty of you soon over in the live classes, or of course picking up classes in the library. So many in there, lots of inspirational content as well coming to you. Comments, welcome, love your feedback. Please follow us, keep in touch. Hope to see you online soon. Keep up your practice, yogis. Thanks.